Hi everybody, how are you? My name is Debbie from Create Pretty Things. If you see the red button that says live up in the top corner, that means you're watching me live tonight. If you don't see it, it means that you're watching the replay. Please type in hashtag replay if you're watching the replay so I know that you watched. As you jump on, please heart the video and let me know where you're watching from. Tonight's keyword is memories, M-E-M-O-R-I-E-S. We are going to chalk this beautiful saying. It says, we didn't know we were making memories. We just thought we were having fun. Isn't that the best way to make a memory? Tonight I'm going to go ahead and chalk on a black canvas. This was from Dollar Tree. It's a $3 canvas. And it is a 16 by 20. Yes. Okay, so did you know that to chalk on canvas, all you have to do is rough it up a little bit. You just need to sand it. So you want a smooth surface to work on. And so this is an inexpensive canvas. It's not too rough, but we're going to go ahead and get out a sanding block. I'm going to fold up my fuzz towel underneath here real quick just to give it something behind it to give it some pressure. And I'm just going to use my sanding block from Dollar Tree. I'm going to sand it just a little bit where my transfer is going to go. And we'll go ahead and wipe that off. And I think I'll be okay because what we're going to do with this is we're going to put down a layer of paste underneath here. We're going to put down a layer of eucalyptus paste, and I am just going to add a little bit of water to dilute it down a little bit. And I'm going to kind of do a brush stroke on the back. How are you guys doing tonight? How's your weather? Ours is getting ready to have a storm over here, which we love. Okay, so I've got my chalk paste, and I'm just going to kind of do a little brush stroke on here to give it a background. And I don't really have a pattern to it. I'm just going to brush it on. And my paste is kind of a little bit lumpy, so I'm going to have to work on getting those lumps out. When you chalk on a surface, you want to be able to have a smooth surface, so I don't want any of those lumps there. I did water it down, I did mix it up, but it's an older paste. And obviously it could have had a little bit more work done to it. So I'm just trying to work out some of those lumps, some of those thick pieces of paste. So this is just going to give it a little bit of color, and we're going to chalk on it with the colors of Shimmer Harvest Gold and Black. So that's what we're going to do our saying in. Water this down just a little bit to get it to smooth better. So before we put the next layer on, we want to make sure that this layer is dry. And since I just put it down, it's going to take a little bit to dry, but that's why I'm using the chalk paste, is because it does dry really, really quickly. So if I were using acrylic or some other paint, it would take a long time to dry. This will not. Just going to try and get some of those bumps out. Okay. So basically this is what we have so far. Just a surface. I'm going to go ahead and dry this up. And then I think I'll probably sand it a little bit more just to make sure I don't have any bumps in it. And then we'll get started. Now tonight this transfer, if you want to order the transfer, type in the word, well, the transfer is actually out of stock right now. But I went ahead and did this live because I've had it planned for a while, and I really, really wanted to do it tonight. So what you can do is you can type in the word memories in the comments, check your messenger for a cart link. It has the paste that I'm using, a squeegee, and a board eraser in the link. And so I'm using 3 different colors of paste. And then you can sign up for notifications for when the transfer's back. in stock. And that way you'll be notified when it's back in stock. So that's what I would do if you're interested in this transfer. Just trying to get some of those lumps out. So what's up with you guys today? What'd you do? Did you have fun? What is today even? Today is Wednesday. Hump day. Do you guys feel like you're heading downhill towards the weekend? What is your weekend fun? Are you guys getting ready for school to start? Arizona schools have either already started or most of them will start this week. So I'm sure you guys are probably getting ready for school too. And maybe you're a teacher or you work in a school or a district. I think back to school is always such an exciting time. Lots to do though to get your kids ready. You have to go school shopping. Maybe you did your backpack or some school supplies, some clothes, maybe a uniform of some kind. It's always a new beginning. Get to make new friends, see your old friends that you haven't seen over the summer. Very exciting. Do you guys get excited for school to begin? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. So I kind of wanted to do this transfer tonight because I'm kind of going back and forth between fall. I want to do Christmas, some Halloween. But this was a good old evergreen transfer that will work for any time of year, and it's all about making memories. I know every time I go on a trip, I know it's going to be about memories, whether they're good or bad, whether we had fun or not. Every time I get together with friends, I know it's going to be about memories. So I think this is a good transfer to use. Have you guys ever painted or done anything on a black canvas before? I like how stuff shows up, the colors show up on canvas, especially black canvas. So let me know if you like using black canvas or would you rather use white? Got a lot of water over here. Sometimes I wonder if I should just water down some splotches and let it run. Like watery paint. Starting to dry, we're getting there. So what are you guys focused on right now for decorating? Are you guys more interested in an evergreen type transfer? Or are you moving on to fall? Or Halloween or Christmas or Thanksgiving even? So much to celebrate coming up. Some people would think back to school as a celebration. And of course it is. Can you guys see how it's drying up a little bit? Oops. You can see that the wet spots are still shining. I do have a few lumps in here. I'm going to take care of with the sanding. But of course you want it to be completely dry. So this heat tool doesn't really, it blows warm air, but it's not a real hot air. So it's mainly blowing warm air to help dry this. I guess you could use a blow dryer maybe on low heat. Just don't apply heat to your transfers. We do want to make sure this is dry because if we put our transfer down on a wet surface, wet paint, it is going to pull up the paint. So we want to make sure we dry it. And we may even wax it. you guys have for dinner tonight? Anything fun? Any Wednesday night dinners that you like to share? I'm curious, do you guys have a set schedule or a schedule that you rotate through, like Tuesday night is taco night, Friday night is pizza night, anything like that, where every day, one day a week, you can count on a certain meal every day for that day? When the kids were younger, pizza every Friday. Now as we're older, we hardly ever get pizza. Unless the grandkids are here. But we still like pizza. We're getting there. Can you imagine if this were acrylic paint or anything else? It would take a long time to dry. What are you guys going to watch on TV tonight? Do you have any favorite shows? We're still watching Outlander. I don't follow it real closely, but sometimes I have trouble understanding the words. And I always have something else going on at the same time. So I'm watching it, but I'm not really following it closely. Now I miss out on something important I have to watch. Nothing like watching paint dry, huh guys? Later tonight I'm going to work on my little ghost that I made the other night on a live. I wanted to make a little environment for him to float around in. So I don't know if I'm going to make it like a haunted house or just like a yard. So I'm going to work on embellishing that a little bit tonight. Our little ghost is so cute. It's one of our smaller transfers. It comes with 3 different sets of shoes. So if you haven't seen the ghost, take a look at one of my last videos. And it's just a real simple little transfer, but it's cute. It's really cute. And if you guys are interested in learning more about our DIY subscription, it's called Club Couture. And it's $22.95 a month, and it gets you 8.5 by 11-inch transfer and 3 coordinated paste packets that go with that design every month. Every month it's a surprise. It's exclusive to Club Couture members and designers, so you can't buy it off the website. So the only way to get it is to become a club member or a designer. So next month is really, really cute. And one thing I started doing with the membership now, it used to be just the transfer and 3 coordinated paste packs and some instructions. Well, now the first month that you start, they'll send you out a squeegee. That'll only be the first month. And then every month they're going to send you out some type of little accessory or embellishment to go with it. So that's new this month. And I think it's going to be really, really fun to get those little accessories. It could be a wooden cutout. It could be anything, really. They haven't restricted it to see what exactly it's going to be, but I know next month is a wooden cutout, and it is adorable. So if you're interested in this month, I'll probably do that again this week sometime. Oh, in the next couple days, because the month's almost over. I'll do that transfer again. And if you want that one, you can join now. But if you want to wait till next month, you can. It's really cute. I can show you what this month is in just a second. Almost done here. Okay, I'll show you this month's transfer. This is this month's Club Couture transfer, and it just says, "Meet me in Paris." And I just used a tray. You can see it's a tray with handles. I used it as a picture frame. So that turned out really cute. So that's back there. If you're interested in that this month, there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get my sanding block again. I have some down here where it's not quite dry, but I just wanna make sure I get some of those big pieces of chalk paste off. Okay. So I can get some of that dust off. And I'm going to go ahead and apply a thin layer of wax. You want to wax anything wooden or newly painted. And some people actually wax their canvases as well, but since I sanded it, there really wasn't a need to wax it. But I am going to go ahead and apply a light layer of wax just to protect that surface, the paint underneath. So this is called surface wax. You can use any kind of finishing wax that you find at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's gonna help it from sticking really hard. It's gonna protect that paste underneath, and it will also prevent the transfer from pulling and stretching when you pull it up. And sometimes it also helps with repairing mistakes if you have any bleeds or anything. So you just want to kind of apply it, a thin layer, and then you want to kind of rub it off. Okay. So next we are going to fuzz our transfer. So set this aside. This is our transfer. It's sticky, it's reusable. You can reuse this between 8 and 12 times as long as you clean it properly and get all the paste off the silk screen after you use it. The first thing I'm gonna do is mark the back of the backer. There's a right way and a wrong way to these sheets. So this is gonna be the wrong way. I put an X on there so I know when I go to put it back on, and I'm just gonna go ahead and rub my finger down on the green transfer and separate it. Save your backer because you're going to need it to store it. That's another part of the storage process, which makes it reusable between 8 and 12 times. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay this down on what's called my fuzzing cloth. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you can use a towel, any towel. You can use your shirt. You can use some of those dish drainer fabric foamy mats. Just anything that's kind of cloth. Just because it's going to pick up some lint when you do this. It's going to pick up a little bit of fuzz. It's going to reduce the stickiness of your transfer a little bit. And even though we want the stickiness, we don't want it to be such a tight stick that it pulls up and harms your surface or stretches out the transfer. Okay, so I think that this is pretty good. It's got plenty of stick left, let me tell you. Okay, so here is my surface, right? I'm gonna go ahead and center this as best I can. And then I'm gonna lay it, I'm gonna rub it. I'm gonna put my fuzz towel back under here, just to have something underneath it a little bit. This isn't very thick though. Let's see what else I have. So this is one of those dish mat kind of things that you can lay on your dish drainer on so that your dishes drain out that water. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that this is stuck down and there's no air bubbles. What I'm going to do, since it's a larger transfer, I'm going to use a squeegee and rub over this. And if I see any bubbles, any air bubbles, I'm going to work them out. And if I have to lift this up and reapply it, I will. I think that's pretty good. So here's my plan. I'm gonna do the words "we're having fun" and "memories" in gold. I'm gonna do the rest in black. So we'll see how this works out as far as colors. This is my black Chalkology paste. This is my small squeegee with some glue strings on it. I was trying to make spider webs yesterday. Okay, so then we're gonna get a little bit of the chalk paste and we're gonna smooth it down. And there are some little dots in here, and I should have considered those to be a different color, but I didn't. So I'm getting really close to the word memories. Make sure I get the bottom of that Y and the bottom of that swirl. So I'm infamous for missing out on the tops and the edges of letters. So I'm gonna really focus on getting those covered. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and lift this up and take a look at it. I'm gonna lift it up slowly and see if we have any bleeds or anything that needs another application of paste. And it looks really good, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and dry this. This is called the paste and peel method, or paste and peek, or whatever you wanna call it. So we're gonna do this just a color at a time. You wanna pull off your transfer while the paste is still wet. If it dries in the screen, it'll stay on top of the screen and it won't stay on the surface below. So I'm just gonna dry this up. I did this again, I keep on doing this. So when you peel it up, you should hold this up. I'll show you what I did in just a second. So I laid it down and it kind of smeared the paste that was on top. I'm just gonna lay this down. I don't need to press it again because it looked good, but I did wanna hit this again, right here. Okay, now I'm gonna go, okay, so I want to show you my boo-boo. So I laid it down and it smeared all this. Now my bottom words are gonna be gold. So I'm not sure if that's gonna affect it or not, but we'll see. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and make sure that everything is still pressed down. There's no air bubbles. And I'm gonna get my Shimmer Harvest and I'm gonna do the word memories. Now this has got a shimmer in it, so it's a little bit of, it's not glitter, but it draws your attention, your eye to the coloring. And I did grab some of that black, so let's see. And with this, guys, if you happen to mix your colors, don't worry about it because it just kind of adds to the project anyway, unless you're really a person that likes to have everything perfect. So I need to switch to a smaller squeegee. I'm going to scrape some of this extra paste off. But I do want to make sure I have good coverage on all the letters. So I'm pressing down just a little bit to make sure that paste goes through. Okay. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and do the next line. We thought we're having fun. So I'm going to do the next few lines. I'm trying to watch out all the embellishments, the little swirls and stuff, make sure I either get them all and don't get the wrong ones. Because at this point it's hard to tell since I kind of let my transfer drop. We thought we were. You guys hear that thunder? Yeah, we're getting a storm in a minute. We used to get really good monsoons, but lately we have not. Got a few little stars over here. I think this should be black right here. So I'm just trying to see if I'm missing anything. Transfer at this point is kind of hard to see. Okay, we're having fun. And this font is kind of thin, so I hope everything shows up okay. It's just a thinner font. Okay guys, I'm gonna peel this up and we'll see what we have. Okay. So remember, I'm gonna peel it up slowly so that if I have any repairs to make, I can make them. Okay, Memories isn't real bright. It's not standing out for me. So I'm gonna go and put another application. Like I said, this is a thinner font. I'm just gonna try to put a thicker application on there. Okay. And I'm missing part of that E up here. And thought. See, I can tell that this is starting to dry in the screen a little bit because it's not staying on the screen. Yep. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna get a paper towel with a little bit of water. And I'm just gonna lay this on top of here, press it down just a little bit so that it goes through the screen and stays. Okay, let's see if that helped. Okay, so I'm going to take a wet finger, kind of rub it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water to my black paste. I'm going to stir it up, and I'm going to reapply that. Hopefully it'll go through. Try and press it down a little bit. Move it through that screen. Let's see if that worked. Well, it's still kind of faded, but it looks okay. It looks more like a weathered sign. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So here it is. We didn't know we were making memories. We just thought we were having fun. So it could have come through a little clearer, but it does have that weathered look, so I think it'll be fine. If I want, I can put the transfer back over and try it again, clean the transfer and try it again. But for now, this is the finished project. I hope you like it. Give it a heart if you do. Feel free to share if you have anybody that you'd like to share with. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.